All right, everybody, I'm going to try to make this short and sweet. So buckle up your seatbelts. We're trying to find out when the rapture is going to be, okay? So first off, we have to find out when the fig tree generation is so we can find the mid-trib. The important thing is, when did the fig tree generation begin? It wasn't May 14th, 1948. I don't think so. I don't think it was January 25th, 1949, which was Israel's first election. I personally now believe that because Jesus said the last generation will be the one that sees the fig tree alive again, will see its leaves be tender. That means you have to see the government. It would be the first day the government, the Knesset, met in Israel, which is February 14th, 1949. Now to find out when the mid-trib, 3.5 year point of the tribulation is, because Jesus said in Matthew 24, this generation, being the fig tree generation, shall not pass away until all these things be fulfilled, meaning all of Matthew 24. The first part of Matthew 24, Jesus describes the 3.5 years, first 3.5 years of the tribulation. We have to count from that point back. So to get to the mid-trib, we add 80 years and 364 days, which is what Psalm 90 verse 10 says is a generation, as long as Israel does not turn 81. You get February 13th, 2030, which should be the mid-trib point. That's when the two witnesses are killed, and the abomination of desolation occurs shortly after. And then from there, to find out when the beginning of the tribulation is, so we can know about when our rapture is, you count forward 3.5 years, solar years, which is 1,278 days, and you get August 15th, 2026. Now, I'm using solar years here, solar years. So if you want to use lunar years, you count forward 1,260 days, and you get September 2nd, 2026. So either way, the rapture is the beginning of the tribulation. Might begin one of those 2 days next month or in September. Now, something to support this, that backs this up in a big way, that this really might actually be how it turns out, is that with the mid-trib point falling 80 years and 364 days from the first Knesset, the mid-trib falls directly on the feasting and partying days of Ramadan 2030, when the two prophets are killed. It says that the men will exchange gifts all over the planet. Men will be exchanging gifts, and it just so happens, if you use these calculations, the mid-trib point falls right smack in the middle of the party of Ramadan, between February 4th and February 14th. It's a 10-day party after all the fasting of Ramadan, and also it's the day of Valentines Day. So the West is going to be exchanging gifts, celebrating Enoch and Elijah were murdered by exchanging Valentine's Day gifts, and the Muslims are going to be celebrating by exchanging Ramadan gifts. So this kind of, I think this explains a lot. I think it just supports that this calculation might be true, and we really might be getting out of here, folks, within the next 2 months. Hope this helps. Godspeed.